Welcome back, Crafty Bee Maker of Things, Bandsaw Table Riser. What is that? It is this, right here. I did tool and die for a lot of years when I was younger, before CNC, before water jet, before laser, all of it. We did most of it by hand with just manual machines. So when we would develop our blank, we called it, for a stamping die. That is, the blank is what the sheet metal piece would have started out in the flat form, and we'd run it through the die and it would get bent and so on, but it would be called die blank development. We'd have to add metal here because it's a little short, or take metal away over. It doesn't really matter, but what we ended up having to do was a lot of hand band sawing. And this riser right here, you clamp it to the table, the blade runs in this groove, you let it go right about in the middle, and what that does is now you're not pushing, that's dirty, you're not pushing the metal flat on the table, it's up, so you can drive it around and you can actually nibble and do a little bit tighter radius cuts when it's up off the table. I don't know why. You would think that it would do the same cut, but being up off of the table, it just gives you a whole lot more control over what you're sawing. And it's nothing more than a bolt welded to a piece of scrap, and then I used this saw and I came in and I just sawed the whole thing through. And then you just set your riser, your table riser, right there. And you want it a little bit ahead of the blade so you have something to rest what you're cutting on. Tight as I can cut it right there without that's the tightest radius I can do. You can hear the blade. It was starting to bind up a little bit. So let's throw the riser on now. Okay, I've got the riser in place, same radius, and if I feel that this will cut a tighter radius, I'm gonna let the blade do its job, but I'm not gonna force it, but let's just see what happens. And I've got this guide raised up quite high. I guess I could lower it a little bit, but I like to keep that up high so you can really you can see what you're doing. All right. You can see that I went way inside, so being able to handle this, I think it just gives you more control of the blade. Does the bandsaw table riser work? I believe it does, because we used them for years in the trades, and that just proved that I cut a much tighter radius than this one by getting the work up off of the table. Gives you more control. Hey, lots more coming from Crafty Bee around the shop. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.